Hey everybody, welcome back to our show this week. We are down in Ohio, and I'll tell you what, it is a little bit brisk out here, and we're with David Hoheisel. Hey David, I hope I didn't slur your name too bad there. Hey, we are down here fishing the Walleye Slam, and David, you are the director of the Walleye Slam, and let's talk a little bit about how this all works. It's very exciting. You know, everybody knows that Lake Erie is the world's #1 walleye factory, and fall can be just an absolutely killer time of year to catch big fish.
Sure. This Walleye Slam's a new tournament we started this year. We have 7,300 entries. We're giving away a Warrior 238.
That's a great boat, everybody. You know?
It's an awesome boat, about $150,000 boat. Second place is $50,000, and it tiers down to $5,000 in 10th place. But what's unique about the Slam is we created this new live leaderboard technology, and when you go on the website, you weigh a fish. It could be a 1-pound fish, and your name's going to go up and down as people weigh fish. And we have hundreds of logos, and with prizes up to $500 that a guy can win. So he could be in 700th place, land on the right logo, and win a prize.
Holy cats, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, all they have to do is go to nationalfishingexpos.com, look under the Walleye Slam tab. For this year, it is too late to get in, but we're going to start every year October 15th. It runs through November 28th. This year, at the end of the Slam, we're going to be having a VIP party at the National Fishing Expos event in Columbus, Ohio. And that's where we're going to be giving away the boat. Guys can come in for 2 hours. They're going to get a couple drinks, eat some food, get to meet all the guys that walleye fish. So it's going to be a great time.
You know, and the deal, everybody, about the Walleye Slam is that how this all works is, again, you got to buy your ticket ahead of time, and you got to make sure that everybody in the boat has a ticket. So how do you, like, if somebody catches a big fish, how do you verify that everybody in the boat has a ticket?
Sure. Anybody that wins a large prize in the top 10 is going to get lie detector tests.
Okay.
And so if they fail the lie detector test, we're just going to remove them from the event. You know, we're not going to prosecute people, but they'll be eliminated from the field. Because
you got to think about this. You're winning a boat that's valued at over $150,000. That's a big prize right there for sure. Your classes of walleyes that you guys have out here right now are just incredible. And you know, this is such an awesome fishery. And most guys this time of year are trolling, but there's guys, you just were telling me when we came in last night, there's a guy, and you don't have to have a boat to enter this.
And this year we have a kayak division. So guys that are specifically fishing out for walleyes and kayaks, they're going to win a separate side pot. They can still win the big prizes.
Yep.
Same thing with the shore anglers, and we have kids divisions. We've got it all. So if you love to fish, come to Ohio, catch some big walleyes.
Hey, I'll tell you what, David, speaking of going out and catching some big walleyes, I appreciate everything. We're going to be going out with the guys from Erie Marine and doing some fishing on our own here today. So I'm pretty excited about it. Sure. And hey, it's light out, man.
That's right.
It's a little bit windy, a little bit cool, but we've got the gear. Hey, I'll tell you what, everybody, like I always say, hang on to your heinies. We'll be right back. Hey, Ronnie! First one to hook up. Ronnie Rhodes, the one and only.
You know what that's on, don't you?
What's that on, buddy?
Oh, it's the reef runner.
Oh, the reef runner.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bojangle. Nope, it's Mr. Rhodes. Good fish?
Feels good.
Yeah, you coming?
All good.
I can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Put off.
Seed pad.
Stop it.
Yeah.
There's a nice one.
Nice
right
one.
on off.
Oh.
Okay.
Good net job on that. Oh, I love the reef runners. Kind of nice. We're the only two boats out here today so far. It's been rough the last 5 days. The guys really haven't been able to get out, but now we got a good stretch of weather coming, and you know,
it's good on fire.
Yeah, it's good. The fish are hungry. You know, when you look at the locator, everybody, it's absolutely lit. That's the cool part about Lake Erie, is that when you're coming across these pods of fish, it's nothing to have, you know, anywhere from 10 to 30, 40 fish on your locator at one time. Just absolutely massive schools of fish. And this is one of them very few places, like, you keep all the fish you catch. It doesn't matter if it's a 2-pounder or if it's a 10-pounder. This is the only place I know in the whole country that you keep the big fish to eat. Ronnie's putting you to work. It's okay, I don't mind working. I'm kind of that kind of guy. I told Ronnie, don't put us on the fish right away. We're not ready. Yeah, big walleyes. Let's see a big thumper. Oh. Come on, Ronnie. Oh, Brian. All right, Erie Marine, folks. Come on. Woohoo! Nice fish. Yoza! Yoza. That is a nice fish. Nice job.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm thinking this is pretty fun.
You really see the difference. It's all shad or minnows or something like that, and it's really awesome. You get a totally different view of what you're seeing down there. It's just so important to have all these different types of transducers on the boat and able to make it work.
27 and a half, yeah. Slurping up. She's a slurper.
Another fish on outside. Big
Yep.
fish, big fish.
Woo! Here, pounds that for it. Nope, I'm on this. Got to haul him, Ronnie? Woohoo! Nice job. Brian's might need a little bit of.
Come up and hit it from underneath.
Come on, let's see that big mouth come up. Oh, Brian, talk to me. Talk to me. It's not that big, but I mean, it's a good fish, but he's full of P&V. Game on. Game on. No. Got that old board just buried. I always like it when they take that board down. Ronnie's been whooping us. He's been whooping us lately.
All right.
Yep. Let's share a little love. There he is. Not a real big one, but a good eater. Hey, I'll tell you what, all it took is we just speeded it up just a little bit and boom, right away, fish on. And there's so much to that too. You know, a lot of times too, when we stopped on the start of this pass, the water temperature was almost 60 degrees. And then the water temperature, we caught 3 or 4 walleyes, and then all of a sudden we got into a colder pocket of water, and this is the first fish we've had on since came out of that warm water and back into the cold water here. Now it is starting to come up again as I'm watching here. So water temperature really means a lot, and current is everything. You know, when you're fishing these Great Lakes, there's a lot of current, and it doesn't always mean that you want to go downwind. So if you're trying to figure out the way that current's moving and working that current, it's definitely a big bonus. Feel like a decent one or average?
Yeah, these are average.
Yeah. Average? I'll take average.
Up there on top, we've been watching them, so we're slowly bringing the baits up.
Does make sense because it's definitely warmed up, you know.
Right.
Good fish. Nice fish. Nice job, Ronnie. Ronnie Rhodes. Hey, Ronnie, let's tell everybody kind of what you're doing to it. You know, I've learned today, I haven't, fished with you in a long, long time, and it's certainly great to see you. Ronnie fishes a ton of tournaments. He does a lot of guiding, just an outstanding fisherman, good human being. Hey, you know what? I've learned 2 things already from you today, and we're going to show everybody at home what I've learned so far. But let's talk about right now what we're doing.
Well, we just caught that fish, and I ran my hand down, and sometimes we get going as anglers, and we just grab the lure and we stick it back in without checking. And sometimes you go over like this, and you're like, oh, everything's fine. Well, I go like this, over your lips. Boom! Right there's a little.
Because it's sensitive.
It's real sensitive.
Yep.
So I went up. I'm going up a little bit more while I'm here. Now you take your hand, right there's a nick. That's a good nick. So we're just gonna go up a couple more inches here because I've already checked it, cut it, and changed it. But look how much line I have to take off.
That's quite a bit.
And
you wouldn't think it'd be nicked way up that way,
right,
up at that far, because we're not really dragging bottom with anything. And the other thing is, Ronnie, them baits are not cheap.
No,
That's
no.
the other thing.
Fish on, fish on.
There you go, Brian, there you go.
It's going back. Would that be another reef runner?
Yeah, it is a reef runner again. When you're fishing planer boards and you get a fish on the outside, and obviously we're running 4 boards on each side, here is a key to get that fish so he doesn't come into the other boards and cause a bunch of tangles. And we'll get to that as soon as Brian gets this one in. Hey, Brian, let's talk about the Walleye Slam. You know, you guys started that this year, and it is on fire. And what a great way to come out in the fall and fish Lake Erie. You know, it's the #1 walleye fishery in the world, folks. I mean, you can't deny that at all. But here's a chance to you fishing this tournament. Let's tell them about the tournament, how it all goes.
So the Walleye Slam, it's a 6-week derby. It's put on by Erie Marine Sales, Erie Outfitters, National Fishing Expo. But we have this year, first year, we had 7,300 people. Which
Wow, that's crazy.
Outstanding.
Yep.
We're paying out the top 10. First place, brand new Warrior 238. Second place, 50,000. Live leaderboard, lots of brand new new prizes to give away. One-way station at Erie Outfitters. So it's been like Larry was saying, you know, a lot of guys come out here to fish this time of year for a giant trophy walleye fishing, and you know, they get a chance to win a bunch of money as well. A lot of camaraderie. We got guys from different states coming in, having a good time. And I mean, you never know when you're going to catch that 14-pounder. So for $35 to get in, it's definitely makes things interesting out here. So,
you know, and the big thing to remember, everybody, is that everybody in the boat has to have a ticket, right? Right, everybody in the boat. But what a cool way and the opportunity to win, you know, a brand new Warrior boat, 238. Before, most of our fish were down in that 30 to 40 range, and now you're starting to mark a lot of fish from about, I would say, about 14 feet down to about 22. You know, and that happens a lot as the day goes on. Right now it's about noon, and it's definitely warming up, and these fish are coming up in the water column, and that just means they're going to get more and more active. Hey, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. And I'll tell you, here is a guy that's always got a lot of great tips, Ronnie Rhodes. Hey, Ronnie, let's talk about what tip you already went through. A couple tips already that we didn't even do a tip of the week with, but let's talk about the next tip.
Well, I tell you, Mark Romanek got me to start doing this more often, because now that we used to have 2 rods per person, now that we have 3, and having all the clients, you get 4 people, I can run, you know, all those rods, up to 12 rods. So we put our lure out, all right? We're doing a 40-40 back with a 3-ounce on the reef runner. You take your hand like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Split my fingers apart. It's just like all the other tricks you learn, just takes a little bit of time.
Right.
Clip it in. Slack it up for the tattle flag if you like, which I do. And then there you go.
Let her out.
You put it out. Here, just a pop. And that'll flip back. Now it will do that sometimes too, but it flips back like that. And what do? You reel it in. Now you have to let the board fall back towards the middle a little bit.
Right. Hey, again, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. That's a good fish. Yeah. I mean, I take that all day long.
Brian's loving this nice fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
woo!
You
Look
know,
out.
there's something else you can tell about where the fish is hitting from. It's coming from the bottom up to hit it, so where that front hook is. And that will tell you what to do a lot of times while you're out here fishing.
So, Brian, what other prizes are all involved besides the Warrior 238 when it comes to the Walleye Slam?
So first place is the Warrior 238, 400 Mercury Verado, loaded out, Airwaves, Lowrance, Recon, fish holders. Second place, 50,000, and then it goes all the way down to 10th place, which is 5,000. We have a shoreline and kayak division that's separate, playing first, second, and third. First place is 2,500, and then we have our live leaderboard, which is our random. Depending where you finish, we have a lot of great sponsors that we're giving away products to. So whether it be Lakewood products, could be FXR apparel, Berkeley, Ontario Fish Company. We got a lot of
great prizes.
A lot of great prizes you can just win from actually just weighing a fish. You hooked up, Ronnie?
Yeah, we're hooked up.
Wow, double.
Pretty
I'd
sure.
like to see that. Good job. Let's see. I'm going to wait and maybe we'll get a double here.
You know, it's nice too, Larry, with that fishing slam. Like, I donated a 2-man charter for 4 hours for the shore fishermen. So whoever catches wherever they fall in, we try to help out all we can.
I think most people in the outdoors are like that too, though, Ronnie, you know, don't you?
Yeah.
Right? That's what I love about the outdoors. Nice.
Aaron, you act like you've done that before,
A couple times, yep. Good for something, I can tell you that. I don't know what, but good for something.
Well,
Changing baits, you know, that's the whole thing. When you got tackle boxes and tackle boxes full of lures, it drives you crazy when you're going over hundreds of fish and you don't get bit for 15, 20 minutes. You're like, you know, you're just thinking to yourself, okay, if I change and put this color on, is it gonna work, you know? And for me, once I pull for a long distance and don't catch them on them colors, mentally, I need to change the baits, change the direction, change speed, change something to change what's happening, if that makes sense to you guys. Ooh, that's a good one, Ryan. That's a good one. That was up high too. We're just ready to pull everything up, you guys, and go up and make another pass. And I started winding the inside one in, and I looked out there, and right away I saw that board skipping back. And you know what a difference it makes. You can see the way that Ronnie's got the boards hooked up, that front clip automatically comes off, and you can see how the board just goes automatically right in the back of the boat right there. You know, the cool part about what we do is we are so fortunate that we get to fish with all these great people that have so many good ideas, and that just makes you a better fisherman. You always want to keep your mind open, you know? Don't ever think you know it all, because you certainly don't. Yep. Yoza! Beautiful, nice job, guys.
dude, that's a nice fish.
That
That's solid 6.5 pound.
Yeah,
fish.
them are beauts. Absolutely beautiful fish right there.
Built for fishermen, built by fishermen. Really, that says it all.
It's the family here. It's not a big conglomerate, it's a family.
They treat you, you feel like you're in a family, you know.
When you put those two together, an amazing product and amazing people, it's just the type of company you want to be involved with.
Not only because of just the great boats, but because of the camaraderie that the Warrior family has.
The customer service is amazing. They never leave you hanging.
So come join the Warrior family.
Hey everybody, we're at the Mayville Golf Course with Josh from Meeting Place. This is a new cool beer system they have here. Let's talk about what Scott says this is like.
It's state of the art. I mean, the beer is on the other wall, so we don't need that glycol system. It taps clean, clear. It's 6 feet. There's six, right behind this wall.
Okay.
There's 16 different taps. We're changing them every 3 days.
Every 3 days?
Every 3 days we go through one of these multiple beers. So we feature a beer flight. You can come in, $8, 4 different beers. So go ahead, pick. I'll tap them.
Let's try this one.
Sailors take warning.
The Sailors take warning? All right, let's do that one.
And look how clean it taps.
Okay. We're gonna try the 3 Sheep.
3 Sheeps Tiki Time, Passion Fruit Golden Ale.
Since we're at a golf course, we have to have a
19th green.
Yeah.
IPA.
And let me see.
We do one of my favorites.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do one of your favorites.
We're gonna do the Kentucky Bourbon Ale.
Okay.
You can enter 19th green.
All right. Ooh, nice and cold.
It's 32 degrees in that cooler. It is cold. It taps out.
All right. This is the first time I think I hear you drink on the show. So
there we go.
Let's have one. Mayville Golf Course.
The meeting place. Come get some tap beer.
Tap beer. 16 of them. Oh, that's really good cold.
That's a nice pile of fish right there. Nobody can complain about that.
Hey, hold up a couple of those fish. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Fish up high, right here. That's all bait. And then let's just switch over here and show you guys a different, totally different. See that?
Hey, I'll tell you what, you guys, Ronnie, thank you very much. Ryan, you know what? Hey, let's talk a little bit more about, no doubt, the Walleye Slam. Let's tell everybody at home, you know what, how they can get involved with this, because it's definitely something that you want to do.
Yeah, so the Walleye Slam is a new fall walleye derby this year. Started by Craig Lewis, Erie Outfitters, myself at Erie Marine, David Hoheisel from National Fishing Expo, and Eric Fritz What we're doing, it's a big fish derby, runs 6 weeks. You got to sign up before the deadline, so it's passed. $35 to get in. Top 10 get paid out. Grand prize this year is a brand new Warrior 238, 400 Verado, fully loaded out, similar to Ronnie Rhodes' boat here. That's going to be grand prize. Second place is $50,000. Then we're paying out to 10th place, which is $5,000. We have this awesome live leaderboard where if you go on there, we have a lot of great sponsors. You win prizes for coming in random spots. You know, spot 800, you could win a feeder, a deer feeder.
I could use one of them.
And so forth. We have a shore and kayak division, a separate division for that. We have a kids division. Goes till November 28th. You can check out our Facebook page, Walleye Slam, nationalfishingexpos.com. There's a Walleye Slam tab. You know, you can find us on the Erie Marine page, the Erie Outfitters page, and we're just glad to get Larry and the guys out today.
Hey Ronnie, let's tell them how they can get a hold of you if they want to do some guiding, which they will for sure.
Wide Open Waters, get a hold of me there. You can call me at 440-714-2813. Look me up on Facebook under the same name, Wide Open Waters, or Ron Rhodes, PM me.
You know what, that's what it's all about, enjoying it and having fun. And I'll tell you what, like we do every week, we want to thank all of our military men and women for the great service that they give this country. It allows us to do the things that we love to do, so we can never tell you enough how much we appreciate that. Hey, we also want to thank all of our law enforcement agents and all of our paramedics and firefighters. Hey, thanks again for joining us. Remember, like I always say, it is a great day to be alive, and we will see you next week. Yeah, well, it's a good thing you didn't go into the television business, because you can't retire till you're at least 90. Oh, Thomas. Oh, Thomas. Yep, Wisconsin. Don't hold that against us.